Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm sorry I haven't been around for a little bit, but honestly, I think I've been apologizing a little bit too much for not being around. Just personal reasons, mainly family. You know, when you got parents who are getting up there in age, certain things do take priority. But everything is okay. But that's kind of why I haven't really been around too much in the last few weeks. But I definitely wanted to cover these announcements. I know there's a lot more that I missed out on, like the Vinegar Syndrome ones, if I remember correctly, and something else, which I'm blanking on. So I'm probably have to jump around in different videos. But for right now, definitely want to go over these newly announced ones. Now, one of them we already knew was coming. I announced that a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. We finally have the official announcement, including a couple options, although I think two of them are already sold out, which I'm going to cover first. So first up, we have at least a couple, might be more, I don't know, but at least for now, we do have two of the March titles from Scream Factory. Both of them are 4K upgrades. So the first one coming, let's see, March 18th, retailing for $39.98, is another Roger Corman one getting a 4K upgrade, and that is indeed Forbidden World from 1982, and it's going to have it's two discs. 4K disc and included Blu-ray, and it will have both versions of the film, one running 77 minutes and the other one running 82 minutes. And the good news about this one is the fact that both cuts are going to be on the 4K disc. So it pretty much ports over everything from the previous Blu-ray release. In fact, if I'm not wrong, I think the included Blu-ray might actually even be the same Blu-ray from before. And as far as the 4K disc goes, obviously it'll be in 4K. Again, both cuts, the theatrical version and the director's cut, will be in the original mono, and it will include the audio commentary track on the director's cut only. And this commentary track with the director and editor, Alan Holzman. Again, all the other extras from before are on the included Blu-ray. And again, this is Scream Factory, so just remember that their Blu-rays are region A locked. 4K region-free Blu-rays, region A locked. So I'm glad we're getting more of the Roger Corman library in 4K. So a couple, actually quite a few more I would like to get in 4K. But anyway, for now, good news. And then the other 4K upgrade that we're getting, that I did mention before, coming March 25th, is indeed the 4K of Night of the Creeps. Retailing for $39.98, and that will be a 3-disc set. So the 4K disc will have the film, the first Blu-ray will have the film and some of the extras, and then the third Blu-ray is just all extras. Now, it's not completely just a port from the previous one. It actually does have, two new extras, which is cool. So, now, depending on your point of view, there's a little bit of good news, bad news here, but let me just kind of go over the details real quick. So, first off, disc 1, the 4K disc, will be, as far as I know, only the director's cut, but it is a 4K restoration from the original negative, supervised by director Fred Decker. Will be in 5.1 and 2.0 stereo. Does port over the two pre-existing commentary tracks, including one with Fred Decker and one with Tom Atkins, Jason Lively, Steve Marshall, and Jill Whitlow. But it does have a new commentary track with actors Suzanne Snyder and filmmakers Jackson Stewart and Francis Galuppi. And then the first Blu-ray, same thing, has the director's cut as well as that new commentary track and the two pre-existing commentary tracks. And then disc 3 has one new extra, and then all the others are just ported over from their previous Blu-ray release. But the one new thing is A New Breed of Terror, the films of Fred Decker, a career retrospective interview with the writer-director. So that's cool. Fred Decker definitely deserves some extra props for a lot of the stuff he's done over the years. Now, there are a couple bundle options, which I'm going to cover in just a second, but I do kind of want to mention, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, the only cut on this is the director's cut. Now, I believe the main difference between the director's cut and the theatrical cut, if I remember correctly, is literally just the very end. Not the ending, but literally the very end. Like the last, 2 minutes of the film. Now, I will say, I like the director's cut ending technically, or I like the idea of it. For me, it just, just on the off chance you haven't seen it, I just kind of feel it kind of sucks out the energy that's there before it goes to the end credits. And that's the thing that I think bothers me the most. It's a little bit like The Exorcist. As much as I love The Exorcist, and I do, including the longer cut, the ending, even though it's very close to the ending of the book, I do kind of feel it sucks out the energy at the end of the film. I much prefer the theatrical ending in that regard. And the same thing with the director's cut of Night of the Creeps. I actually do prefer the theatrical ending for Night of the Creeps, just because I do kind of feel it has an energy going into that end credits. Personal opinion, just personal opinion. I don't understand why both cuts are not included. Again, especially since they easily could have done it through seamless branching, because it's only that little bit at the end. Now, maybe I'm wrong. It only says director's cut here, so I have to assume that's it. Sort of ironic, because some of the other 4K ones where I wanted the director's cut, we only got the theatrical cut, so I don't know what's going on anymore with anything. Welcome to 2025, where I'm just going to sit around and just not know what's going on. But the good news is at least we are getting Night of the Creeps in 4K, which I can't wait. And there are a couple bundles. Unfortunately, two of them, I believe, or two options are already sold out now. Which is kind of a shame. I'm going to get to that in just a second, but I'll mention them just the same. So obviously there's the standard version, which you can get from the Shout Factory website, or obviously retailers anywhere. And then there's a collector's edition, again, also set for March 25th. This one retails for $79.99. Has the, obviously the 4K, the standard edition, let's just call it that, does come with a poster of the original one-sheet artwork, which is awesome. And it does have an alternate slipcover with a poster for that slipcover. And this is the awesome part, does come with a new Tom Atkins Neca figure. And this is the one from the dream sequence. And honestly, I absolutely love it. And I'm sure you guys know I had to go with this one. Would have gone with another one, but it's sold out. I'm going to get to that in just one second. But yeah, we are getting another Tom Atkins Neca figure. And honestly, I'm here for it. And I absolutely love that it's the dream sequence one. And he even is holding the drink in his hand. And then there are two other options, but unfortunately, I'm pretty sure they are sold out, which is a bummer. And I'm going to say especially why that's really a bummer in just a second, outside the fact that I couldn't get them. So first up was actually a deluxe version where you could get the new NECA Tom Atkins figure and the older Tom Atkins figure from Night of the Creeps. Sorry, I almost knocked something over. That they put out like a couple of years ago when the Blu-ray came out, which is the normal one of him in the trench coat. Now, I believe that is the same figure. It's not a... apparently they found a couple more in their warehouse or something. And so it was a bundle, and it was $119.99. I would have grabbed that one if it was available, even though I do have that original one. I would have wanted a second one, hopefully to maybe get Tom Atkins to sign it or something. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I don't know, maybe there'll be more of these. I hope so, at the very least. You can get just the NECA figure on its own for $49.99, but again, I think it's actually sold out right now. Now, the NECA figure is limited to 4,000. Now, the other bundle where you can get the movie with the slipcover and the figure, as of this recording, is still available. Again, that's the one I ended up ordering, but these other options are sold out. Now, it's possible because they did sell out so fast that they can go back to NECA and be like, hey, we want to get maybe an extra, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 more, which is very possible. And it would make sense if they did that. I mean, that would make a lot of sense. And honestly, I don't care if it's limited or not. This is kind of one of those things where like, I don't care, it's just like, I think I want the figure. I want everyone who wants it to also get the figure. This isn't one of those instances where it's like numbered or something, it's like, just come on, get more figures. So that's it for Scream Factory. Now I move over to the last two announcements coming from Second Sight, which is the UK company, one of my favorite companies. And we are getting two David Cronenberg films in 4K, including the one that really kind of, I would say, changed my life, but it definitely introduced me to the films of David Cronenberg. But it is The Brood and Scanners. And obviously, especially Scanners, because that's the one I saw. I rented it when I was probably way too young, didn't really understand most of it, but oh my god, there was something about it that I just fell in love with and immediately as even a young kid, I was like, I want to see more films by this director. And luckily at that time, especially, there were plenty for me to rent. So the nice thing is there are a couple options. This is what I like about Second Sight, is there is a limited edition of each film and also a separate standard edition, both out at the same time. I love that they do this. And there will be I'm going to go over the details in just one moment. So the both limited editions, one always come with a 4K disc and a Blu-ray. Blu-ray, I'm pretty sure, is region B locked. I'll double check in a second. And as far as the standard editions go, they're just separate. There's a 4K standard edition and a separate Blu-ray standard edition. So enough of my yapping. What are the details? Okay, let me go over prices. Actually, wait, what's the date on these before I jump too far ahead? It's March 31st. So the two limited editions are $41.52 each. And then the 4K standard release is $25.95 and the Blu-ray is $18.67. Although these are actually US prices on their website. So they must be shipping this one to the US then. Let me double check. Yeah, the Blu-ray is region B locked. So heads up on that. All right, we'll start with The Brood. So let's see here. Let's go over the limited edition contents has obviously that outer, harder case. And it has a 120-page book with essays on the film, as well as 6 collector's art cards. And now let's get to the actual specs of the disc content. So it's got a new 4K restoration approved by David Cronenberg. The 4K disc will be in HDR with Dolby Vision, and it's got, a new commentary track by Martin Conterio and Kat Ellinger, commentary track with William Baird, Meet the Carvettes, an interview with actors Art Hindle and Cindy Hines by Fangoria editor Chris Alexander. Producing The Brood, an interview with executive producer Pierre David. Look of Rage, an interview with cinematographer Mark Irwin. Scoring The Brood, an interview with composer Howard Shore. Character of Cronenberg, an interview with actor Robert A. Silverman. Anger Management, Cronenberg's Brood and the Shape of Cinematic Rage, a video essay by Lee Singer. And then finally, Cronenberg, The Early Years, an archival interview with David Cronenberg. So again, that's the limited edition, and then the standard edition will obviously just have the disc, whichever one you get, the 4K disc version or the Blu-ray disc version. Again, each one has all the extras on the disc. And then as far as scanners go, I love The Brood, don't get me wrong, but scanners especially, I'm so excited for it. So, all right, as far as the limited edition goes, it has, again, the harder outer case, and again, a 120-page book with all kinds of write-ups on the film, as well as 6 collector's art cards. And now, as far as the details of it, it's got a new 4K restoration approved by David Cronenberg. And again, all the bonus features will be on each disc, the 4K and the Blu-rays. The 4K will be in HDR with Dolby Vision. As a new commentary track with Calum Vatnsdal, a commentary track by William Baird. My Art Keeps Me Sane, an interview with actor Stephen Lack. Method in His Madness, an interview with actor Michael Ironside, the great Michael Ironside. I really want to meet him someday. I hope he does a convention that I'm at. Bad Guy Dane, an interview with actor Lawrence Dane. The Eye of Scanners, an interview with cinematographer Mark Irwin. Mind Fragments, an interview with composer Howard Shore. The Chaos of Scanners, an interview with executive producer Pierre David. Exploding Brains and Popping Veins, an interview with makeup effects artist Stefan Dubois. Stephen Dubois, I'm sorry, I am butchering that. I apologize. Monster Kid interview with makeup effects artist Chris Wallace. And Cronenberg's Tech Babies, a video essay by Tim Coleman. Wow, I can't wait. I already got my pre-orders in for both. Actually, I wasn't sure about the Second Sight website, so I actually went ahead and ordered mine from Diabolic DVD, which is usually where I order most of my imports from. And as far as my favorite ones of the year of 2024 anyway, I wanted that up already, but at least having a couple extra days, I was actually able to go back through my list, and I really think about the order that I want them in. So I even have them, take my word for it, they're all piled up right here. I'm ready to record that video, and I just dropped one of my remotes, and yes, I do have several. Anyway, I have them right here, so I am ready to make that video, and actually I can't wait, and also it's a good way because I let's put 2024 behind us, and so we can get moving on 2025. Let me know your thoughts on these announcements, and let me know which ones you're planning to get, especially, Night of the Creeps and some of those options there. And again, I do apologize for a lot of these weird delays lately, but again, personal issues. But yeah, hopefully that's it, at least for a while. So let's kick off 2025, and as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.